Federal law has long stipulated that immigrants cannot arrive in the United States and receive permanent residency if they become, quote, public charges who depend upon welfare. Of course, we spent decades learning that the government treats immigration law as strictly optional. The Trump administration is looking to change that. The administration is drafting a new regulation that would penalize immigrants for receiving welfare programs like food stamps, Section 8, Head Start, and CHIP, the Children's Health Insurance Program. The left, of course, is howling. Jose Aristimundo is a former press secretary for the Democratic National Committee, and he joins us tonight. Jose, thanks for coming on.
Good to be here.
So what I find so interesting about the complaints here is that I know from doing this show every night and speaking to immigration advocates, that there are no immigrants on welfare. They're the most impressive people in our society. They add the most to our economy. They're the hardest working. None of them is a drain on the system. And so given that, I think you've told me that too, who cares if it's illegal for them to go on welfare? Why would they be on welfare if they're adding so much to our economy?
Well, this is the issue, Tucker, and it's this. We shouldn't be punishing immigrants, legal immigrants, right, who pay taxes into our economy. Number one, if they're paying taxes, they should be able to have benefits of social programs such as Head Start. So we are now going to punish.
Why?
We are now going to punish.
Why should they?
Well, let me tell you. We are now going to punish U.S. citizen children, U.S. children, right, who were born in this country. We're not going to allow them to go into Head Start because parents, right, legal immigrants, are not going to want to put them in programs like Head Start because they're going to be afraid that they're going to be deported.
Okay, but look, it's really simple. I'm sure that there are a lot of immigrants who want these programs. I get it. They'll be unhappy with it. But the point is pleasing American citizens, since it's our country, not theirs. And
the children are U.S. citizens.
Okay,
that's their country
that's
too.
great. Okay, but the truth is, we can probably figure out how to do that for the children. But I'm not talking. I mean, you're picking a tiny percentage of this.
But it's an important percentage.
Well, okay, fine. Let's figure out a fix. But most immigrant families are on welfare. This is one of the things that, like, advocates like you never admit when they're lecturing us about how they're so much more impressive than you are. Most are. And if you break it down by country, the last numbers I have are from 2009, the federal numbers. But some countries, like 70% of the immigrants are on welfare. So why would you be in favor of that if you're an American citizen? Bringing people in and putting them right on benefits, that is not the American dream that we hear about at all.
Look, the immigration system in the United States is clearly broken. If you want to come and apply the legal way in the United States, you already go under a bunch of tests that define if you're going to be a public charge. If you're going to come into the United States, you should not be a public charge. You and I agree on that. But what I think the president is doing wrong, he's expanding the test. He's making it even harder for immigrants.
So here are the numbers. Maybe you'll change your mind on this. Okay, this is from the current population survey from March 2010. Okay, here are the numbers from Mexico. Mexico is the country that sends the most immigrants to the United States by far. 74.7%. As of 2009, immigrants from Mexico are on some form of welfare in the United States. That's, round up, that's 75% of all immigrants from Mexico are on some kind of welfare. That's ridiculous. So, and I think you just said you agreed that that was ridiculous. So why not just fix that right now and say, look, if you want to be here and add to the sum total of the economy, great. But you can't come and go on our social programs. You can't have open borders and a welfare state, right?
Look, you and I agree on that, but this is the issue. The children, U.S. citizen children are being punished because if this regulation come into place...
Then take the so the kids get to go on Head Start, which, by the way, has never been shown to work in 50 years. So I'm not even sure you'd want that, okay, honestly. But whatever. Let's just talk about the real problem, which is the majority of immigrants are on welfare. Why would any country put up with that, and why would the left defend it? I'm totally confused.
We are a country of laws, and we are a country of immigrants. A majority of immigrants in this country are now criminals. You know that. We've seen the same reports of the FBI.
I'm not saying they are criminals. I'm not saying the majority are criminals. I'm saying the majority are on welfare. And that's unhealthy, because the whole idea is you move here and you take advantage of the opportunities.
So we're now going to make it harder for them to assimilate into the country? That doesn't make any sense.
Going on welfare is not assimilation. Going on welfare is dependency. Look, some people need to go on welfare. We've got a lot of Americans on welfare.
Right.
Why would we import people from other countries on welfare? That's insane, isn't it?
I understand where you're getting at, but the problem is that the regulations that the president wants to put forth are not doing the point that you're trying to make. The point that we are trying to make as Democrats, a majority of Democrats, is that children are being punished. And guess what? We are now going to punish immigrants because they're poor. They now...
What do you mean punish them because they're poor? They're coming to our country. It's not their country.
In search of a better life.
And they're in search of a better life and then going on our welfare programs? Are you joking? This is not the bring us your poor, tired, huddled masses that we're told about, where people come here and work their way up and run a tech company in Silicon Valley. This is people I mean, this is like the opposite of what we want. I think you would agree, but you're defending it for some reason. I don't know why.
Because it's coming from a bad place. The regulations are coming from an anti-immigrant, racist agenda that the president has put forward since
just,
the,
you know what? When you guys
beginning.
have nothing left to say, you just, oh, it's racist. If you don't give us everything we want, you're racist. I really kind of want to move to like Mexico and start accusing the authorities there of racism because they're not giving me free stuff. I mean, seriously.
I'm talking about a president that has talked about
I don't care about the president. I'm an American.
Well, he's the president of the United States.
But I have a right to have some say. Every American citizen does.
We all do, right?
What,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
And like, this is insane. It's not about whether the president's a racist or not. That's not a real answer, is it?
So the answer is let's end chain migration, as you guys like to call it, right? Let's end the visa lottery.
Let's just have control over
let's
who
destroy
comes
the
here.
legal immigration system, right? And deport 11 million people. Is that what we want to do? Is that the solution?
I think we should have control of who lives here. And I mean it. Why wouldn't you? We're a country. And if that means deporting people who shouldn't be here, that's our right.
You and I agree on that.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You're not being honest. I'm sorry. And we're out of time. You don't agree because you argue. Trump's a racist. Okay.
He is.
Yeah, whatever. Thanks, Jose.
Let's do it again.